Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. Viewers, yesterday a game-changing event happened. Pakistan signed a mutual defense pact with Saudi Arabia. This is a very important development in the context what is happening in the region and what is happening at the global level. Therefore, we thought we should try to explore it. What is this pact? But before exploring this pact, let's have a look on the background from where this pact come and how the Saudi Arabia and Pakistan is looking at this pact and why Pakistan and Saudi Arabia have signed this pact. First of all, since the time Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has assumed the charge of the leadership of Saudi Arabia, he is focused on two things. Number one, he wants to diversify economy. We have seen in the last few years with the Vision 2030, he is trying to diversify economy. He is trying to move away from the dependence on the oil sector. Second, he is not ready to compromise on the security of its country and the sovereignty of the Saudi Arabia. So he is equally focused on the security matters of Saudi Arabia. And there are two major developments which we can quote, which happened on the security front. Number one, when the Vision 2030 was presented, it was specifically mentioned Saudi Arabia will focus more on its domestic production of the weapons. Because in 2016, when this vision was prepared, so Saudi Arabia was only producing 2% of its local demand of the defense products. So it is very low, because to ensure your security and the sovereignty, you need to produce more. So it was made a goal, Saudi Arabia will go for the 50% the local production of its needs. Second, so Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, he also went for the rapprochement with Iran on the initiative of China. He agreed to Chinese proposal and build a cooperation mechanism with Iran, and that relation is improving bit by bit, step by step, and day by day. And we have seen in the last few years, the few months, the both countries have come close, and they are working in the defense, they are working in the security, they are working in the economy, they are working for the regional stability and the economic development. So this is the broader context. However, meantime, a very important event happened, or the shock, you can say that the shock happened in Middle East. Suddenly, Israel attacked Gaza, and Israel started to commit the genocide in Gaza. So instead of that, the Western countries stopped Israel. They were supporting Israel by getting the encouragement from the support of USA and the Western allies. Israel started to attack one country after the other. Now, most recently, Israel was engaged in a war with Iran. Then in a few days back, Israel attacked Qatar. So these were very important events, and they have shocked the whole world. So how a country can violate the sovereignty of another country, Qatar. The same was happening in the case of Iran, but Iran fought back, Qatar could not. In this context, Saudi Arabia thought, we just go for the more security arrangements. They thought maybe we have to redefine our security arrangement. Why? Because right now, Saudi Arabia had a defense pact with the USA also. USA given the guarantee to the USA, to Saudi Arabia, that USA will protect Saudi Arabia and will not allow any other country to violate the sovereignty of Saudi Arabia. But same was the pact with the Qatar. There, what role does USA have played there? Nothing, rather than USA was supporting Israel. And they were pressurizing all the Arab countries, don't take some serious actions. So it was apparent for Saudi Arabia, the protection umbrella of USA will not work. They have to redefine, they have to look for new avenue for the security protocols or the treaty or the pact. So they came to the Pakistan. And Pakistan has a long history to work with Saudi Arabia. Pakistan had already shown its determination and the commitment to protect the Holy Lands. Pakistan unconditionally told to the Saudi Arabia that we will be there to protect the holy mosque, no matter who is involved in it and what is the matter. Pakistan is fully committed to protect the holy mosque and the land. In this context, it was easier for Saudi Arabia to work with the Pakistan. So Saudi Arabia approached Pakistan, and Pakistan and Saudi Arabia joined, and they have signed this pact. This pact is very important if you look at the context of the pact, because it says that Saudi Arabia and Pakistan both will work together to ensure that regional sustainability, peace and security. That is a major problem of the Middle East right now. Israel is aggressor, and Israel is, as I already told, is attacking one country after the other. And in this context, this clause is very important. But more important clause is that Pakistan and Saudi Arabia have committed attack on one country will be considered attack on the both countries. That means Pakistan and the Saudi Arabia are committing to protect each other. And this is a very huge development in the context of the Middle East and also in the South Asia. In South Asia, we know that India is engaged in multiple conflicts with every other neighbor. And recently, we have fought a war with India. And although we have won and comprehensively won, but still the danger of the, you can say, so okay, there can be a war or the misadventure by the India. On the other hand, we look at the attitude of Israel. Israel not listening to anybody. Even Israel not listening to its own friends. So it is attacking one country after the other. In this context, Pakistan and Saudi Arabia will be working together, and Pakistan will definitely provide the shield against any foreseen or any attack from the Israel. And Pakistan is a formidable power. Pakistan is a great military power. Pakistan has a well-organized and a modernized air force and the navy. So Pakistan have all the teeth which can help Saudi Arabia to divert any attack or avoid any attack from the Israel. So this is a big, in the news as you can, a big surprise for Israel also. Because right till now, except Iran, no country was able to retaliate. And the retaliation of Iran was not to that sphere, so where Israel can be feeling threatened. But in the context of the Pakistan, Israel know that what Pakistan can do. Not only Israel, many other countries know that. Supporters of Israel also know that. So what Pakistan can do. And moreover, not only the fighting skills or capabilities, Pakistan is also producing so many types of the weapons. Pakistan and Saudi Arabia can venture into the weapon production, joint weapon production, as it is one of the goals of the Vision 2030. Pakistan is producing GF-70 Thunder, that is one of the most advanced fighter jet, and it's a cheap, it is strategically very important because Pakistan is producing, and it's a capable fighter jet, and it's a cheap as compared to all other fighter jets, and it has proven its mental during the recent war with India. Pakistan and Saudi Arabia can also venture together in the production of the fighter jets and the tanks and the other types of the different types of the weapons and missiles, and Pakistan can also provide the nuclear shield to Saudi Arabia. So that's why it is considered as it will be a deterrent for Saudi Arabia to tackle any future challenge. But I want to say one more thing. Maybe both countries have to look some other partner, a partner who does not who cannot be influenced by the USA and the West. Why? Because Israel is supported by USA and the Western countries, and they support Israel unconditionally. In this context, Pakistan and Saudi Arabia will be in the need of a partner who is not influenced by the USA or Western countries, and that partner also have the capability to produce the modern weapons and also have the will to support. In this context, I believe China is an ideal partner, because right now everybody knows that China does not listen to anybody. China only promotes peace. China only works for the security arrangements for the world. So where everybody can live with the peace and go and pursue the dream of that development. China is ideal candidate. Moreover, China has the capability to produce the modern weapons. For example, the world is still stuck in the 5th generation fighter jet, but China is venturing in the 6th generation fighter jet. China has also produced the most sophisticated hypersonic missile system, and the world is not even near to them. And we also have seen during the Victory Day parade, they also have developed the laser guns and electronic warfare capabilities. On top of that, China has developed its own navigation system, which is a key for the missile systems, which is other types of the technology, electronic warfare, or other types of the warfares. So China have its own navigation system, which is better than the USA and the Western navigation system. Therefore, China is an ideal candidate. And China will be, I believe, maybe I'm wrong, but I strongly believe China will be happy to be the part of this partnership. Why? China has already shown the strong commitment to work with the Saudi Arabia. During his last visit to Saudi Arabia, he has reiterated the Chinese commitment to work with the Saudi Arabia to improve the security of the region and to enhance the opportunity for the development. So China is also heavily investing in Saudi Arabia. For example, in 2022, China invested $5.5 billion in Saudi Arabia under the BRI country and the BRI initiative. And that was the biggest investment under the BRI in 2022 in any country. Moreover, China and Saudi Arabia, they have developed very deep linkages, trade linkages. Right now, so China and Saudi Arabia, they have a trade volume of around about $115 billion. An interesting thing is that Saudi Arabia is among very few countries which have a trade surplus with China. Moreover, if we look at the history, after the attack of Israel on Iraq, when Israel destroyed the atomic installations of Iraq, Saudi Arabia was running after its allies, including US and Western countries, to give USA some protection, to give some weapons of long range, but USA and their allies refused to provide any type of the security, and also refused to give any type of the long range missiles. At that time, Saudi Arabia approached China, and China provided those missiles in 1985. That deal was around $3.7 billion in 1985. Interesting fact is that at that time, China and the Saudi Arabia did not have established their diplomatic relation. So if China can help then, so why cannot China help now? So I strongly believe China will be happy to be the part of this partnership. But this should be the partnership, not alliance, because China avoid to be the part of any alliance and want to be the part of partnerships. But rest assured, if China would be the part of this partnership, it will provide a very foolproof security guarantees to Saudi Arabia. So no country will be able to attack Saudi Arabia. At the end, if we look at the global reaction on this pact, you go to any news channel or the newspaper to any country, they are talking about it. It shows that this pact is very important, and it also reinforced that Pakistan is a major power. Pakistan is one of the formidable armed force, military power, which have very strong armed forces, which can fight back any type of the enemy, and they can even comprehensively win, like the Banyan al-Marsoos operation. Thank you so much.